plan. The plan real fast. I guess this is the plan! Come on, Pete, you got this! You got this, you got this, you got this! Please don't screw this up!
Hello and welcome to another review. Today we'll be doing a figure review of the Marvel Spider-Man game. This one is the Scarlet Spider suit, as you can tell by the box. It is a Sideshow exclusive. I wasn't sure where else you could get it besides Sideshow. We have not an off-brand, but a different place we get figures and statues called Pop Culture in Australia. I'm not too sure if they're worldwide, but yeah, that's how we got it. He's still available on there if you guys haven't picked this guy up yet, and I highly recommend it for any Spider-Man fan. It is amazing. This is the box, of course. Here we go. There's like the front view, side view, and the back view. Got a little blue line with the logo there. You got all the information you need on the back, sculptor, painter, etc. The box is quite nice. It's all matte, and then you've got different layers of like a shine to it to make it just pop a little bit more. These days, like, the box itself is a bit of art, you know? The way it opens is always satisfying with like little magnets. It opens up like that, and you can see what we have on the inside. A little bio there. Oh, sorry, that's a cast and crew. You have the Scarlet Spider with the little peace sign there, the Oscorp in the back, and of course that's where the figure would be displayed. Alright, so here we have him. This is how I display him in my cabinet. I made the little base, if you will, just like a rooftop kind of scene. Anyway, so this figure is amazing. All of the detail is absolutely outstanding. With Hot Toys, that's kind of what you always get. If you haven't played the game, I highly recommend it. It is an awesome feel of swinging through the city, great story, and yeah, it's worth buying a PlayStation and buying this game. Probably find it a little cheaper now. So the reason why I'm doing this review today is because I thought, why not this guy? After the PS5 Miles Morales Spider-Man came up, the trailer looked awesome. You get to play as Miles this time, not Peter. And I guess that's the future for the series of the game, and I'm really excited to play it. But anyway, Scarlet Spider, the detail's awesome, the accessories are amazing. You get a lot of accessories for a Hot Toy these days, and they picked the perfect ones. The sculpt on his head's completely sculpted. The rest of him has some sculpted elements, but the rest of him is all mostly suit. The head is sculpted very nicely. It's got the same texture of the suit on the head sculpt. It's got the seam lines from where you attach the material. The lenses look awesome. It's like bigger than the advanced suit that you see in the game too. It has completely clear plastic over it, and then underneath it has this like almost honeycomb beehive white texture to it, which looks really nice. It gives it a real three-dimensional look, like you actually can see through that. You've got the nice blue sleeveless hoodie that he has on, with almost looks like a spray painted spider on his back, which looks cool, because in the comics this is the clone of Peter Parker, or it's the original. It hasn't been confirmed which is which yet, but he had all this guilt that he had the power but he didn't do anything about it, so he kind of just did his own little crime fighting thing, and people started calling him Scarlet Spider, and it just stuck with that. Great story, the Scarlet Spider origins. The Clone Saga isn't the best, but it was pretty cool. I enjoyed a little bit of it. The belt looks amazing. The belt it looks like a military belt, you know, it holds like, I don't know, shotgun shells or something. It's got all these little attachments that you can put in, like little loops that you put in, I guess utilities. But in this instant, he's got a whole butt ton of web cartridges. He has the same look on his wrists. The wrists look nice too. The difference between the belt and the wrist is that the wrist belts are sculpted. But they did quite well to match the texture, which is awesome. He's got his web thripping mechanism there. He's also got that on his hands, like a little something that you see in Homecoming, where he has a little black band coming down, and he pushes the button to make the webbing. Yeah, it looks like you can almost pull out the cartridge and replace it. It's detailed that well. It's got little like 2 tubes on each side, and then almost as if there's 2 elements that mix with the web fluid to make it, you know, solid. And the paint job on this whole thing is impeccable. It's perfect. It's amazing. Then you've got it's got like a nice white material on the inside of the hoodie. He's even got those little, I don't know what they call them, the little bead things that comes down that you pull to make the hoodie shrink and so on. The hands are painted really well. It's the same thing as the head. It's sculpted, but they match the material that's on the body, which is amazing. I'll give you guys close-ups of what it looks like soon when I do the articulation and stuff. But it's painted really well. It looks like what it's meant to look like. I'd say it looks pretty much spot on to the game suit. I love what they did with it. So you can tell it's Scarlet Spider, but they added so much more extra details, textures to the material to make it kind of their own, more realistic, if you will, which looks amazing. He's got like 3 different textures throughout his suit, solid red textures, and then like the actual material. It just looks amazing. Again, you'll see the close-up soon. Then you've got his feet, which have like almost looks like ninja shoes, where it's like the toe groove, but it's a full enclosed shoe. It's got like little grips at the bottom. His toes move as well, you know, back and forward. Then you've also got like the same sort of utility belt on his ankles, which is accurate to the comics, with these little pouches there for who knows what, you know, and it looks absolutely amazing. That's about it for the quick talk of the review. I'll cut soon to talk about the articulation and show you a little bit close-ups of the accessories. Alright, here we go. Here is the close-ups of, or the best I can do of the close-ups of all that's in the box. Alright, so as you can see, you've got the backdrop. I'm not too sure if you can make it out on the camera, but it is slightly pixelated. So we'll pop this out the way. As you can see, the base is quite nice. It's got the sheen on the top here. And you've got these corner bits here on the bottoms here that feel like a rough texture that gives it a bit of a matte look compared to the rest of the sleek shininess. You got the main white spider logo there, as well as Marvel Spider-Man in the front of the game, which is nice. It looks really good. The stand has a bendable wire in there, so you can have him swinging or jumping, or, you know, whatever Spider-Man can do, with a little waist clamp with some foam on the inside so you don't damage the figure. There's a little screw on the side here that you can tighten it so it doesn't move on the shaft of the wire. It goes up and down, side to side, you know, the works. Yeah, the pizza box. The pizza box looks really nice. It looks like cardboard. It's got this greyish kind of look to it, which makes it look like a printed cardboard, you know. A little bit of wear and tear on there. You've got these lines across, and it's just decorated to make it look like a pizza box. You've got little words writing on the inside here. You can see that, I'm not too sure if you can make it out on camera, but you can see a little yellow mark under pepperoni as if it was the order, which, as you can tell, it is. It opens up so you can slide the pizza in there. Looks nice. The bottom has grease stains from the pizza, which is pretty cool. Nice little touches. It's just a printed box, no paint applications or anything like that, but it looks really good. Yeah. It is cardboard as well. I wish it was plastic, but I think the edge here would probably break from opening and closing it too much. And here we have the pizza,
one slice comes out, and it's so much detail that when you slide it in, you can see that the pepperoni slices are actually cut properly and fit together like a puzzle piece. We have even got like cuts through the middle to make it look like a pizza. It is extremely straight, so I highly doubt this was made in a shop. It was definitely made or sculpted by someone, because we all know that pizza never comes perfectly in those kinds of slices. It's painted nicely, it's got pepperoni on there, it's got different kinds of yellow and orange, and the bottom, it even looks like the bottom's cracked and burnt slightly in the middle for, you know, pizza effect. Same with the bottom of the original slice. Alright, there we go. Let's put that in there. Makes me hungry. I feel like pizza. I think we're having pizza tonight as well. And here's the webbing. As you can see, you get a different variety of webbing. This is by far the coolest one. It slots into the webbing hand really nicely, and it makes it look like he's kind of clustered it up in his hand and he's like yanking it. You can see on the box art, you can see that's exactly what he was doing. Anyway, so yeah, you've got two like little balls on the end of the webbing that slots into his web shooters, as if he's just spun the web. Then you've got two swinging, or just straight lined webbing, and then like an L-shaped one. I'm not entirely sure what the L-shaped one might be for. Maybe him like grasping it in the middle here, or something like that. Like slide it in there or something. Maybe. I don't know. But it looks really nice. It's always good to get different variety of webbing. And then you have this like funnel web looking one, which looks really cool, very detailed. It looks amazing. It looks exactly as if it was stuck on something, like maybe on the pizza box or underneath a rooftop, as if he's, you know, Mary Jane and kissing at the time or something. And then yeah, these long pieces just slot in there like so, if I can. There we go. I kind of wish the seam, as you can see there, was a little bit more hidden, but it looks nice no matter what anyway. Not that you'll make too much effort looking at the seams on the webbing of it. You'd be too surprised on how awesome this figure is. Anyway, so then you've got the sort of hands. At the moment he's got two hands that are the holding hand. I put the phone and the coffee in there. But it also can be displayed on its own, as if he's preparing, like ready to strike or do something awesome. Anyway, you've got these nice little silver parts on the tops, on the like padding part on the top of his hand. Then you've got black paint and silver paint on the inside. Black paint where the grip of the palm is, and then where he pushes the button for the webs, you can see there's a little bit of silver. It leads, a little wire leads to his wrist for the webs. You've got two of those. It's almost as if he's on a roof or a wall or something. I guess sticky hands. And then you've got his two throoping hands, and you can see there he's actually pushing the buttons. His fingers are sculpted on the button. I forgot to mention the texture of this matches the suit, just so it doesn't stand out to the rest of the body. I know there was always a problem with sculpted hands in previous Spider-Man figures. Then you've got the hand with the web that holds the webbing. The webbing will give you a demonstration. You plug that in there. Then it always freaks me out, bending things like this. See, it looks like he's got a cluster of it, and it looks like he's holding it quite tightly, which fits snug in there. It looks very dynamic, like in motion. He's even got a small indent on his thumb for pushing down on the web. so it looks natural. I'll pop this back out. Then you've got a 2-finger saluting hand, where he's just, you know, howdy partner, or yeah, 2-finger saluting hand. I'm not too sure what else you could use this for. You could use it to push on the phone, but I'm not too sure how many people use 2 fingers to push on the phone like that. And then you have 2-fisted hands, and that's just, you know, punching or ready to strike kind of balled up hands. Then the coffee. The coffee's done really well, nicely sculpted. It actually looks like a coffee cup. Then it's got this blue sticker going around the outside with some decoration on the corners, or not the corners, but the tops and bottoms to make it look like a cafe decoration or something. This cup actually has wording on it. It says coffee bean since 1962, and then on the other side, or next to it, it says enjoy your cup of coffee, and then a sticker that, yeah, it looks really nice. He holds it quite nicely, makes it look like he's, you know, having a bit of a break. The phone is done really well. The phone looks awesome. You can see there he has his little Spidey blog there. Even got a little sculpted camera on the top there, and then yeah, you can see that that's exactly the Spidey blog that you see in the game, which is pretty awesome. Then you've got the donut, which is sculpted quite nicely. It's just plain. The paint job isn't the best on the actual doughy part of the donut, but it works. It looks like a donut, and the top part is really nice. It looks like glazed chocolate, which makes me so hungry. I think I might have donuts after my pizza tonight. But here we've got the camera. The camera's done really cool. Real material, and then it's got this blue kind of material that has the Spidey faces on it, which looks really nice. It looks like it legit looks like a camera from the Spider-Man, the any of the movies, you know. Mostly the Sam Raimi Spider-Man, or Raimi, or whatever. But yeah, it even has like the blue tint on the inside of the lens to make it look like it's a real camera, you know. Got the branding on the top there, just silver and black paint, which is nice. And like these even, I'm pretty sure they can move. A little bit of articulation on the... Yeah, you can actually set this. That's amazing. I only just figured that out. But yeah, well done to Hot Toys for that. They're always doing crazy things like this. Anyway. And then you've got the figure itself. So the figure is a Hot Toys body. There are different muscle textures to it underneath the suit, which makes it look more, I guess, unique to the game Scarlet's spider suit. It's really nicely done. The only problem that I have with it is where the joints are makes it look a little strange, but that's natural for a muscle suit, or a suit over a muscle structure rather than pants or jeans or whatever. But it still works really nicely. It looks really good. The dynamic poses, you can notice it, but if you put it in a way that it won't be able to see it that much, it would be good. But with a figure, with a movable, posable figure, that is always going to be a problem, unfortunately. So we'll talk about the articulation. So his head moves on a ball joint. I think he's got a joint here and here, so you can have like all sorts of different poses. If he's upside down, if he's sideways, you have the standard ball joint shoulders, a swivel at the biceps, double jointed elbows, and that's what I mean by you can see it is just a figure rather than a statue of some sort. Ball jointed hands, so you can go all sorts of directions. I'm pretty sure he has, can't feel underneath. Yeah, he's got an ab crunch, he's got a hip swivel, both on ball joints by the looks of it. Ball jointed legs, double jointed knees again. That's where you can see the I guess not so realistic look. It's still, you know, it works. I'd rather have this with the ugly seam or joint rather than only being able to go up to that, especially with a Spider-Man figure. Yeah, you got joint, a ball joint on the ankles, and you got little toe movements here for if he's on a wall or something. The costume is really nicely done. It has some awesome textures. Alright, thank you for joining me for this review. It took a lot longer than I thought it would. But yeah, I think I got some good stuff and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a good one, stay safe.